guys, it's Bella and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be talking about one of the best and worst shows of all time, and that is Yes, I know, can't believe I'm talking bad about Glee, but it's my favorite show, so I can do it.
I have the right to do it.
So I'm actually currently rewatching Glee again for the 16th time. For this video, I'm just going to be splitting it into 3 categories. So I'm going to be talking about my least favorite characters, my least favorite episodes, and just terrible plot lines that happened in the show, because the show is amazing, but at the same time, there were so many, I don't know, the writing was just so bad at times, and I'm just like... So if you don't know what Glee is the show that aired on Fox for 6 seasons. It's just about a group of high school students joining a Glee club, and it just faces popularity, high school romance, friendships, college, what you're going to be doing in your career. Kind of just what you typically see in high school shows, but just add lots of music and choreography to it. So the first character I have on here, I don't think she's anyone's favorite character if they've seen Glee. She's just... yeah, that character is Tina Cohen Chang. Tina, one of the original members of Glee Club. Absolutely no one liked her. I bet you could ask any person that was obsessed with Glee, and I don't think anyone would say, oh, I love Tina. First of all, so the first 9 episodes of Glee was when she faked her stutter. Sis... why would you fake a stutter? Because you didn't want to do a speech in your 3rd grade class and then it just stuck with you, or however long she's been doing that. Come on. I'm sorry, that is just so dumb. Okay, but let me just say, in the pilot, she also wrote the letter T in her name multiple times.
Tina, C.
So I'm like, sis, if you have a stutter, I don't think you're gonna write your name like that. I think you could still write your name normal. We're just gonna move on to the next point. This is one of the big reasons why I don't like Tina. She's just not the brightest person. She was in love with a gay guy. I get that. Maybe some people don't realize that the person is gay. No. She was in love with Blaine, and Blaine was very gay, you know? In the beginning, season 2, when he was introduced, he wasn't really gay. Everyone was questioning his sexuality. Even he was questioning his sexuality. But Tina had a crush on him season 4 and 5, and I'm like, he was engaged. I'm like, this is not gonna work. I don't know why, but then it was kind of a running joke about how Tina was always falling for gay guys, because in the opening night episode, they all went to a party after Rachel's opening night on Funny Girl, and she got the DJ's number, and they're like, oh, Tina, he's gay. And then she wouldn't believe it. And then before, she had a boyfriend at Brown, but they broke up because everyone said he turned out to be gay. And so yeah, the next point I have about Tina: never had a good solo. I mean, I Kissed a Girl was maybe her best solo she's ever had, and that one was just so-so, because the choreography, I don't know, that performance just scared me.
I kissed a girl, I liked it.
Goth Tina, there was when she tried singing My Funny Valentine to Mike.
When you open, are you smart? Stay, oh God, Valentine.
And she literally broke down crying, and that was just really weird for me. I was just like, She tried performing some weird number at Night of Neglect, and of course she got booed by 3 audience members, and then she burst out in tears. She tried singing a song during Beatles Week when she was nominated for Prom Queen, which I still don't know how she got nominated, and the bell rang and everyone left during her performance. There was, when she did a solo to sing for Blaine, to ask him to Sadie Hawkins, and he rejected her. There was a solo when she won Diva Week, but that number was just weird. I'm not a fan of that. Oh, and then Tina had a solo when she had a dream that she was Rachel, but she only got a standing O because everyone thought she was Rachel. So what I don't really understand about Tina that they never really talked about was her going from super emo and goth in the first season to dressing very girly, because she dressed really dark before, and then she just started wearing bright colors. I don't know. I'm sorry, this is the most stupid thing ever. In season 4, Tina was a high school senior. She was dating Mike Chang, who went to college. I don't know what made her want to get a tattoo saying Mike Chang forever. That is something Tina would do, but I was just like, then she changed it to make change forever because they broke up because of the long distance thing. I'm like, sis, don't get a tattoo of your boyfriend's name when you're still in high school. I'm sorry. Okay, moving on to the next character that I really dislike, and that is Mr. Will Schuester. I think a lot of people could agree with me on this, that Will Schuester is just not likable. Like, first of all, how dumb do you have to be to not realize for around about 12 episodes that your wife is fake pregnant? I'm sorry. That's just on Will, because that's just too dumb. I don't get how you never realized that. Sorry, Will Schuester. Do better. Good thing Emma didn't fake her pregnancy. Or did she? Second of all, how is he the Spanish teacher? First of all, he's not even Hispanic. Second of all, he can't even speak Spanish. Also, in the pilot episode, I don't know, I always found this really creepy that he found Finn singing in the shower and he was kind of just watching him. I know he was just watching him for his like voice, because he's like, whoa, we need him for Glee Club, but that was just really weird. I did not like that scene. And then he blackmailed Finn with marijuana that he got from another teacher. I'm sorry, that just shows that he's not a good example to his students. Who decided to make Will rap? When he says, like, in season 2, I think it was the season 2 premiere, he was like, to Jacob and Israel, he's like, no one likes my rap. No. Okay, the next two characters I'm going to be talking about, I'm just putting them together because they both have the same purpose for me, and that is Joe Hart and Rory Flanagan. I can't say much about these characters because there isn't much to talk about. In my opinion, honestly, they're just completely irrelevant. I don't get what their purpose was to be on the show. They were boring characters. First, we never heard about their storyline, so I don't care. Joe was like, I don't know, he was just, they call him like Teen Jesus. He was just too strange for me. I don't know what he was doing. And then Rory, on the other hand, from Ireland, they tried to like make him like a reoccurring character in season 3, but it was just not working out because no one cared about Rory. No one even knows what happened to him. Like, I think he got deported. I don't know. Also with Joe, him and Quinn almost dated, and I feel like that relationship was just very random. I feel like they just needed a new relationship to spark on the show, so they tried to put Joe and Quinn together, but it just wasn't working. Next characters I have, I don't feel like naming them because they're all irrelevant, but it's all of the season 6 new kids. First of all, they're not funny. They're weird. I probably liked Myron the best out of all the kids, and he was only 13. The next character who I really dislike, one of my least favorite characters, is Marley Rose. First of all, I didn't like that they tried to make her into the new Rachel. Second of all, I don't get why both Jake and Ryder wanted to date her. Like, she was pretty, but like her personality had no flavor. I don't get what they really saw that made them like very interested in her, but like, I admit she's very talented. I really like her voice, but I just like her character more in Supergirl. Like, I just didn't care for her storyline. Next character is Sugar Mata. I don't get why Artie and Rory fought over her in like the Valentine's Day episode of season 3, because she wasn't the brightest person. I mean, were they after her for her money? I would, TBH. Like, she was loaded. It felt like they were trying to make a London Tipton and put her in Glee, and it just didn't work. Okay, she couldn't even, obviously she couldn't sing, but she couldn't even dance or act, so she was just terrible at everything. Another character I don't like is Ken Tanaka. First of all, Emma could do way better. I don't know why she just had to settle for him. Like, sis, you deserve way more. Ken was way too desperate, and he was just really creepy and weird in my opinion, and he had way too many problems. I think he was just very desperate. There's not much I could say about him because he wasn't a big character. But one character that really annoys me is Principal Figgins. How was he principal? He was literally the worst principal ever. He didn't make any good decisions. He was always overpowered by Sue. I get, because Sue was blackmailing him, but like, take some power, like take a stand, like who cares? Like, so I really just like Dave Karofsky. His character just got me heated because he was a straight bully to Kurt. But honestly, I just really did not like his character because he was just completely rude. He ended up dating Blaine, which I really did not like about him. I was just like, the second to last character I'm talking about that I don't like is Sandy Ryerson. First of all, I don't know how he even got to start teaching McKinley in the first place because he was a straight up pervert. He was way too creepy. And now the last character I'm going to be talking about is a character I don't necessarily dislike, but it's also a character I kind of need to discuss because he is that character that everyone forgets about, and that is Matt. So Matt was there for a little bit of season 1. He was kind of just a background character. I really can't say anything mean about him because he only had like one line throughout the entire show. If he was going to be put into the show, he deserved way more screen time, more lines, but if they're just going to have him in the background, I just wouldn't even consider putting him into the show as a character. The first episode that I was not a fan of was in season 1, episode 3, Acapellas. I'm sorry. They try to make Will sexy in this episode, and it was the weirdest group of men trying to be in an acapella group, and none of them were attractive, and it was just really weird and creepy. The only reason why I watched that episode, to be honest, is so I could watch Mercedes sing Bust Your Windows because that solo popped off and that was one of her best performances of all time on the show. But at the same time, that episode was also really bad because Mercedes was too dumb to realize that Kurt was gay. I know you don't assume things, but like it was very obvious with Kurt that he was gay. Next episode is Dream On. Honestly, I thought that entire episode was stupid. It didn't need to be aired at all. Brian Ryan kept switching over his opinion on Glee Club, like just make up your mind, like please. Yeah, honestly, that episode to me was just irrelevant. It didn't need to happen. Season 2, episode 3, Grilled Cheeses. I pee every time I watch this episode. The whole concept was just so stupid. Like, I get, yes, let's try and bring some religion and spirituality in here. Why do they get a grilled cheese sandwich and put Jesus on it, and then Finn is like worshiping the sandwich? Season 3 though, the beginning of season 3 was rough. It just did not start off well at all. I Am a Unicorn. I don't know, I just didn't understand the point of that episode. That's really all I could say. I just didn't understand it. The season 4 episode for Thanksgiving, the sectional performance makes me laugh every time. Like, honestly, even though Marley passed out, it didn't make a difference. They were gonna lose anyway. I'm sorry, you just don't perform Gangnam Style at sectionals. Wait, Tino had the solo though for that. That's probably why they lost, because sorry Tino. The Lights Out episode, I just don't get why it was an episode. Honestly, the only good part of this episode was when Isabel, Rachel, Santana, and Kurt sang at the ballet. Now we're moving on to season 5. There's a lot of episodes I wasn't a fan of. First of all, a Katie or a Gaga. This was a disgrace to Queen Lady Gaga. Like, I was just like, they could do so much better with Gaga, and it just didn't do it. The end of Twerk. That episode scars me every time. I literally have to skip that episode because it really should be illegal to see Mr. Schue twerk. Like, I don't want to see that. How did Mr. Schue not get fired or in trouble for that? I'm sorry, that is so inappropriate for a teacher to be teaching your students how to twerk and twerking with them and doing like a whole twerk assembly. And I think one of the worst episodes of all time was Puppet Master. I don't think I ever watched a full episode of that ever throughout my whole time watching Glee because the episode was just too weird, and like, this isn't the Muppets, so I don't know why they were trying to do that. The previously unaired Christmas episode, Rachel, Kurt, and Santana being so dumb that they got robbed by like some bisexual weird Santa dude that drugged them and got them drunk. I don't know, that was just too weird for me. I was just like, I forgot to say this earlier, but like the last 4, I think, whatever episodes after opening night were terrible. That's really all I need to say. They were all bad, and the Tested episode was also bad. I think that was the episode before opening night, but yeah, the end of season 5 was just terrible except for opening night. So
Yeah.
And now for season 6. But the episodes of season 6 that I hated the most was What the World Needs Now. I don't know, the whole storyline with Brittany and her dad was just really random. Didn't get why they did that. I think the writers just needed something to add and they just put a random thing in there. We built this glee club. Their sectional performance was terrible. I don't know how they won. The only good performance they had was Take Me to Church because Roger popped off. And then the last episode I really disliked was 2009. Honestly, it was just a knockoff version of the pilot episode. I wasn't a fan of this at all. Mercedes trashed Kurt's car because he rejected her. First of all, anger issues. Second of all, it is not that deep. When Blaine got slushied in the Michael Week episode, he had to get surgery, which I was like, really? Like, I get they put rock salt in it, but that's just terrible writing. Tina's dream when she turns into Rachel.
Oh my god.
Just call me Rachel?
That was just too weird. And then when everyone like switched characters, it was just... I think the biggest flaw they had in the writing was having Rachel leave her dream role on Broadway to go do a stupid TV show in LA. First of all, that was never Rachel's dream to go on television and film. She just wanted to be on Broadway, and she was literally on Broadway for like 2 months, I think. So I think it was just dumb how they wrote that for her. Rachel sending Sunshine to a crack house because she was jealous of her talent and she didn't want her joining the Glee Club. I don't know why they did that, but I mean, alright. I don't know what made the writers want to do a Justin Bieber experience and have Sam and like the guys become Justin Bieber and have the girls fall for them, and Gwen being super attracted to Sam because of his performance and then ending things with Finn. I was just... Bad writing. Also, Will blackmailing Finn to join Glee. I was just... Puck dating Shelby, who is Rachel's mom. I don't know why they decided to do that. Emma and Ken... Unique catfishing writer. I don't know why they did this. It was just completely random. They didn't need to do this. Terry's fake pregnancy. I mean, it was kind of funny, but the season 4 kids disappearing with no explanation. I don't know. It was just bad writing because they were never mentioned again and nobody knew where they were and they kind of just disappeared, so I was not a fan of that. The sole purpose of putting Matt in the show if he's not going to say anything. Bad writing. Blaine cheating on Kurt. Bad writing. Blaine was too in love with Kurt. I don't get why he did that. I don't get why the writers decided to do that. The entire concept of the Acapellas. Rachel's crush on Will. Writers saying he was going to quit Glee after regionals, but then he comes back and ends up performing at nationals. I laugh. Artie's magic legs. Only used once. Blaine and Krofsky dating. Sue being pregnant. And then Sue restarting her feud with Will over a plastic fork.
What kind of a psychopath refuses to dispose of an unused plastic lunch fork and just leave it sitting there? Will Schuester, you have crossed me for the last time.
Tina's fake stutter. Sue trapping Clayton in an elevator. That was just very creepy. Already on the football team. Didn't get how that worked for like one scene. Goth Quinn. Joe and Quinn's almost relationship. Season 5 and season 6. Because they sucked. The valedictorian feud between Tina and Artie, and then Blaine ending up getting it. The entire Lucy Caboose plot. Blaine's brother. Anyways, that was all the things wrong with Glee. I'm sure there's more. That was just stuff at the top of my head and some stuff that my friends sent me on Twitter and Snapchat. If you guys want me to do another part talking about my least favorite performances or something, comment down below. If you want me to do another video but talking about all the things I love about Glee that are great about the show, then yeah, also let me know. I love talking about Glee. So yeah, I'm just going to end the video here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys soon for my next video. Bye guys!